Hi, Susie. Susie, can you hear me?
I could hear you, Audrey.
Okay, thanks. I thought something was wrong. I was gonna have Brandon jump on.
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, Brandon.
I don't know. Do you want me to?
You just want to do one at a time or should
Hi, Nicole.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm behind. Like I'm seeing my self-talk behind. I'm gonna make Brandon the host.
You guys will make us the host when it's time.
Oh yeah. Okay, can you talk, Brandon?
Yeah.
Are you in real
Everything sounds
time?
good. I believe so.
Okay. I don't know why I'm still behind. Can you tell?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I can hear you real time, but your lips move a little bit slower. A little bit later.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, do you want to make
Yes.
Nicole the host? But then yep, there you go. Okay. Okay, V, are you good to be, maybe you should do the announcements because I am annoyed with myself looking at them.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Sports knows.
Nicole, do you guys need anything?
I don't think so. We were just trying to make sure I knew how to share the screen when I was ready.
Cool.
How many people did you have to sign up?
There were 19 pre-registered. I'm not sure how many, I can't see the waiting room anymore, so I'm not sure how many are in there. And then Brandon, when you're doing the announcements, I can drop links in the chat. Cool.
Perfect.
I just had business after hours, the golf outing, the new mayor event, which registration is coming on Friday. Community Leadership School is open. And we're excited to start in person.
Went out this morning. That's why.
Or maybe you want to say those seminars. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't go that long. 17 people on.
How is the waiting room looking?
Got 15 in there, 14.
Okay, it is 12. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, looks like we still have a few people joining us now, so we'll let them get logged in and everything. All right, so just want to kick it off. Brandon Thompson from the Peoria Area Chamber of Commerce. We just got a couple events that we'll throw at you, and then we will turn it over to Nicole Kirley and Sarah Varnes from MWC Advertising, and they will talk to you today about geotargeting and geofencing and retargeting. Sorry, we'll get it right. So the first upcoming event is going to be on the 13th of May. We have our business after hours at Ravenna on the Lakes. That event starts at 4:30 and runs to 6:30. Audrey just dropped the link to that so you can register in advance. That way we can have a account so we can be safe, socially distanced and stay safe during that event, as it is our first in-person event of 2021. We also have a webinar from the Small Business Series on May 19th. That is at 9 a.m. and you can register. Should be another link from Audrey coming in here soon. And then the next big event is on the 24th, our annual golf outing, sponsored by Humana. That's at Mount Holly. Registration for that does close on the 14th. So if you want to attend, gather your foursome and register today. And the last event I want to tell you about is on June 2nd. We are having a mayoral event at Dozer Stadium. Registration will go live on Friday. That will be an opportunity for Mayor Rita Ali to speak to everyone about the future of Peoria. And more details and registration again opens on Friday, so watch for that. Our Community Leadership School for 2021, those applications are now open. So you can apply through those on our website, submit those to Audrey. And we're super excited to get back to in-person events and more programming throughout the year. I will turn it over to Nicole and she'll take it.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. So I've been a chamber ambassador for 3.5 years now, and we work with a lot of local chamber members. So we're excited to be able to share the knowledge here. You may know us as formerly Alpha Media or Midwest 360, but we are officially MWC Advertising. We were bought by Midwest Communications in May of 2019. They are a family-owned radio and digital company out of Wausau, Wisconsin. We love working with them. They really believe in the power of radio like we do, and obviously the power of traditional media plus digital. So that's what we want to talk about today. I've been in marketing, like I said, for over 15 years. And I'm going to introduce Sarah in a minute, but I'm just going to do an overview of our stations quick and then turn it over to Sarah to talk about digital. So let me share my screen. Okay, can everybody see that okay? Okay. Oh, get into presentation mode quick.
Animation slideshow.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so here are our 7 radio stations. Hopefully you guys know one or more of these. We, like I said, work with a lot of local brands, but you may not know that we work with some of the most well-known brands on digital strategy as well. Our top station in the market for news and talk is WMBD. It's the only news and talk in Peoria. You probably know Greg and Dan. They have great banter in the morning. And we actually started a new lineup yesterday with Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins taking the afternoon spot that Rush was in. And Craig Collins, who used to produce the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show, is now in the afternoons from 3 to 6. 93.3 The Drive is our classic rock station. It is a huge at home and at work listening in the car station, targeting 35 to 64. Hopefully, you know John and Nancy in the morning. Again, great morning banter, very loyal listeners. And throughout the day, we have a great lineup with Rick Hirschman and Mike Steckman. Mix 106.9, our favorite hits. You'll hear Katy Perry, Taylor Swift. It's a great at-work station as well, targeting females. Also can stream online, use the app to listen. Our country station, 104.9 The Wolf. Hottest country, John and Steph in the morning is the top morning show, a little bit younger demographic with 18 to 44, focus on women. One of our newest stations is KZ 102.3, which flipped in December of 2019, targeting females 35 to 44 as well. Songs that we heard during middle school, retro hits. It's an awesome station to get ready for the weekend. Brooke and Jeffrey in the mornings, and Scott Wheeler, who used to be on KZ 93 in the 80s and 90s, is one of the hosts. So we love this new station. Super Hits WIRL is 102.7. Such a happy station. We have it played here at the office a lot and just makes you in a good mood afterwards. And 95.9 The Sportsnet, which is all sports all day long. We're carrying Cardinals baseball right now, and a lot of us are Cubs fans, but yeah, obviously male target. Here are some of our local influencers that hopefully you all know. CJ on Mix, John and Nancy, Greg and Dan. Great group of people who love working with local brands, love going above and beyond for the businesses here to help the local community, especially after the last year that we've had. So I'm going to introduce Sarah Varnes. We'll go back to that one. Sarah has been in Peoria her whole life, born and raised. She's always had an interest in radio and marketing. She actually owned her own local business, and she found a need to help the smaller businesses. That's why she got into radio, which she's been in for over 10 years. She's been our regional and national sales manager here. She's also our digital sales manager. Now she's our local sales manager. So if anybody knows about digital and traditional together, it is Sarah.
Thanks, Nicole. Hi, everybody. Please forgive me. I'm still, even though we've been doing this for over a year, these Zoom calls, I've been in sales, so I'm much better in front of people. I tend to talk with my hands and walk around the room. So I'm still getting used to talking to the video screen and not getting a lot of feedback. So bear with me. Again, like I said, thank you, Nicole. Before I get into why we're all on the call, I wanted to highlight some other digital opportunities that we have here at MWC Advertising. We help a lot of local clients with SEO and SEM. OTT and CTV are things that we have been helping a lot of our advertisers with here lately. The targeting capabilities that I'm going to talk about today, we can also obviously use over-the-top television and connected TV to be able to retarget those people as well. Social media, we handle a lot of Facebook marketing for clients in the area. There are definitely amazing targeted capabilities with Facebook and Instagram as well. Targeted email, being able to target people through databases of emails. We take it one step further. We don't just gather our listener databases. We have software that allows us to target people like we would with OTT and CTV, where we are sending emails out to specific neighborhoods or business owners of businesses larger than 100 people or smaller than 25. We have great partners that we work with that allow us to use their information to be able to send targeted emails, and website builds. We all know that, and we'll get into it, having a great website is incredibly important to business these days. It is your digital storefront. A lot of websites we see in this area were built a long time ago and could use a fresh coat of paint or a complete new upgrade. So we do offer that for our clients as well. I'm gonna move some things around because I can't read my own screen because of the way this is set up. Sorry about this, guys. All right. I found some quotes that I find very relevant with what we're going to talk about today. When people look for products and services online, they seldom convert on their first visit. In fact, depending on the industry, 95 to 98% of people leave a website without taking the desired business action, such as make a purchase, fill out a lead form, download software, and so on. This is Adam Berkey. He wrote a book that I've read the Cliff Notes for, all the important parts. The Retargeting Playbook, How to Turn Web Window Shoppers into Customers. I highly recommend the book. As small business owners, medium-sized business owners, or large business owners, this book has a lot of great tips on how to utilize the things that we're going to talk about today. It's sold on Amazon. All right, sorry about this. My stopped working. Another quote that I found relevant: providing consumers with tailored experiences where both content and advertising is personalized to their need and interest increases relevancy and ultimately long-term sales. Another quote that I took out of the Retargeting Playbook. This is relevant in what we're going to talk about today. Let's back up a minute and talk about what drives consumers. How do consumers find you and your business? What's their push? What's your push medium? Of course, radio is the first thing that comes to my mind, and hopefully yours. Radio reaches 83% of 18 to 49-year-olds. Radio is cost effective. Radio tells your business's story. But really, when it comes to digital, anything can be a push medium. Mass reach media, obviously, radio, TV, out of home, Facebook and Instagram can be push medium. If I'm sure you guys have business pages and you see that Facebook will ask you if you want to boost a post. That ultimately, when that makes an impression on someone's eyeballs, that can be a push medium. That is pushing people to either your website or your physical location. Word of mouth advertising can be a push medium. If Nicole and I are hanging out and I had a great experience somewhere and I tell her about it, that is pushing her to either go check that business out on the web or to go physically into their location. Skywriters pulling a banner behind a plane. I was just in Florida this last weekend, and the new thing is putting a digital billboard on a boat, and they drive it up and down the coast. That is ultimately a push medium. So now what? What happens when a consumer goes to your website or your physical location? Because we all know that they're going to do it. Most people do research first before they check you out. They go to your website. If you're really lucky, they've already heard wonderful things about you when they go directly into your location. Inviting this consumer back is what we need to be doing. You need to protect what is yours. So we can do that in two ways. Website retargeting. A consumer goes to your website. There's a pixel on your website. The technology follows the consumer around the internet, their phone, reminding them to come back. Geofencing is another way we can do this. Draw an invisible fence around your location. The consumer walks into that imaginary fence. The technology follows the consumer around the internet and their phone, inviting them back. I'm sure this has all happened to you. You go on to Amazon and you search something, or you're on Nordstrom looking for a new pair of shoes. You get distracted and you go to a different website and you're checking out today's top headlines, and that pair of shoes, those golf shoes, that golf club, That book that you just searched on Amazon because I told you guys to buy it, that starts following you around the internet. It's reminding you that you haven't made that purchase yet. We can do that for your business. This is bigger than just that though. This is protecting what is yours, your assets. We're taking it one step further. Business owners used to have to wait for a consumer to raise their hand, sign up for a newsletter, like the business on Facebook, or opt into a text club. We now have the capability to passively target. What that means is ultimately you hope and pray, we would love that you're advertising on radio, and that top of funnel, that known before you're needed, is what's bringing people ultimately to go to your website or bring them into your business. But you couldn't follow them from there unless that consumer actively did something to say, hey, wait, I want to know more things about your business. Most people don't wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm going to like ABC Plumbers today on Facebook. That sounds like a great idea. That doesn't usually happen. Something has had to have happened, and most of the time it's the advertising, the push medium that's brought them there. But they have to have had an experience with that advertiser to raise their hand and say, I want to know more about you. I want to know your specials. You have to go into a restaurant usually and have a great experience to say, hey, I want to join your text club. So it was harder then to gather that information. But now, like I said, we have the capability to passively target those assets, your consumers. And I kind of want to take a step back really quick, because business owners spend thousands of dollars protecting their assets. They think that their assets are their physical location or the products in their physical location. They spend money on security systems and video cameras and safes to protect their assets. But I'm surprised that a lot of business owners, I don't hear more of them say that their assets are their consumers, because that's really what is the reason you need to protect the other things. Your consumers, your potential clients are your assets. It's something that the national advertisers have completely figured out. But really quick, where do these ads show up? They show up on the websites that you are going to. They're showing up on your tablets. They're showing up in your phone to pull your assets back and have more experiences with you. Like I said, the national advertisers have it figured out. I have a little story to tell you. So I work with a local pharmacy, and he is bombarded. His locations on his assets are bombarded by targeting messages, exactly like I'm sharing with you today. Walgreens has this figured out. They geofence small pharmacies to target the people that are going into those pharmacies with Walgreens ads. Target does it. We know Walmart does it. Walmart consistently, if I walk into Target or Walgreens or a local pharmacy, I will start seeing ads for Walmart telling me that they have $2 prescriptions. Amazon has started to do it. So what I've told my advertiser is protect what's yours. Geofence your physical location and remind your clients why they know and love you. Thank them for their business. You want to protect them so they don't fall into that Walmart, that Walmart funnel or that Target funnel. He doesn't want to lose them across the street to Walgreens. Dunkin' and Starbucks do it too. Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, geofence each other. If you go into a Starbucks, I almost guarantee you're going to start seeing ads from Dunkin' and vice versa. It's really a competition with them on who can buy the most impressions so they can drown out the other competitor. And don't think for 1 minute that they're not coming into market, especially Starbucks, and geofencing 3030 Coffee, CTX, Zion, because they want to steal those consumers. So if I was talking to Zion or CTX, I would say, protect your assets, build a security fence around your building, geofence it, remind your existing clients, existing customers, why they know and love you, and invite them back to keep them from going to Starbucks or Dunkin'. I call it a business protection plan. So what I suggest to clients is that they circle their website. They put a pixel, a retargeting pixel on their website. When that push medium sends them there, we want to retarget them as they go about their lives on the rest of the internet. Same thing with their storefront. Protect what's yours. Draw that geofence around your store. So when your existing clients come in, you're protecting them from being poached from your competitors. What we find works is 50,000 impressions a month for your website and 50,000 impressions a month for a physical location. Now, if you are a place that gets a lot of website traffic and we're seeing that, you're burning through those impressions quickly, then I would obviously tell an advertiser, maybe it's time to, up the game a little bit, put more, protect what you have. You have these people coming here, make sure you're following them. Same thing. I guarantee that Lowe's and Menards are geofencing each other's locations. They are probably spending more than $500 a month on protecting what's theirs, but they also see a lot more traffic. So with local advertisers, I always say, start small and let's monitor these campaigns and see the traffic that you're getting. But like I said, we find a great intro point to a business protection program is 50,000 messages a month on your website and 50,000 messages a month for your storefront. And messages are impressions. That is, an impression on an eyeball. So I'm going to take you down a little bit of a customer journey. Here's my little push medium rocket ship. So that pushes them to go to their website. Most consumers check you out prior to doing business with you. So they leave that, they leave the website because 98% of consumers we know don't take action on a first time that they are on a website. I apologize for the typo. Then they start seeing, they leave that website and they start seeing relevant ads. Talk directly to your potential customers. And the cool thing that we offer our clients is we can then track conversions. This is where it gets really cool and the messaging comes into play. Invite them back, give them a reason to either now go to your physical location or go back to your website. Either or, we can show those conversions. So if they go back to if they started on your website and they start seeing ads and they get back to your website, we have analytics to show you that direct conversion. What we can also show you is if a person went to your website, started seeing those relevant ads that you're showing them, and then walk into your physical location, we can show those conversions as well. Again, customer journey, push medium, that can be anything. It could be a rocket ship for that matter. That push medium pushes them to the physical location. They have a great experience. I want you guys to think about who's the director of your first impressions, because this is how I feel businesses lose their assets to their competitors. Is people, we're all very fickle. We have very short-term memories these days. You have to constantly, people are being bombarded with advertising messages. You have to consistently remind your assets why they know and love you, that good feeling they get for shopping with you. So they have a great experience. They start seeing the relevant ads. Again, talk directly to your customers. Remind them why they know and love you. Invite them back. Don't lose them to your competitors. And then they're going to come back and do business with you again. Again, we can track these conversions. So you're retaining your own customers now. Good job. Now, how do you grow your customer base? Competitor conquesting. What is that, you ask? Exactly what Starbucks is doing. It's what Dunkin' Donuts is doing, Lowe's, Menards. Everyone's trying to steal. I hate to sound like this big conspiracy theorist, but seriously, everyone's trying to steal your customers. It's just the world we live in now. So how do you fight back? You try to take market share back from your competitors. And how do you do that? You geofence your competitors. So I'm ABC store boutique, clothing boutique. I'm a ladies boutique. We have lots of them here in Peoria. I already geofenced my own location to remind those ladies why they know and love me and they want to continue shopping with me. But man, there's 3 other clothing boutiques in town that we've been sharing some clientele. I need to get them back. So I'm going to geofence that, that my first competitor. I'm going to geofence my second competitor. I'm going to geofence my third competitor. And then I'm going to find a tiny little fault. Maybe competitor 1 doesn't have the selection my store does. Maybe competitor 2 is a little more expensive. And maybe competitor 3 has a really crappy person working the cash register and is just rude. I craft my digital targeting messages to highlight why those consumers might want to shop at my store. So when a consumer walks into competitor number 1, they leave, they start seeing messages from my store telling them why they should leave that store and come shop with me. I know this sounds kind of predatory, and I get that, but it's being done to everyone. So again, if you're happy with where your business is now and you're happy with your market share and protecting what is yours, that's fantastic. But if you're looking to break through and take from your competitors, this is a very passive way to be able to do that. So again, I talked about tracking conversions. There are 2 types of conversions we track, and I touched on this a few minutes ago. Website and physical. For website conversions, we place a pixel on your website and can report the number of people that have gone back to your website after being targeted with an ad. And for physical location conversions, we place another invisible fence around your location and can show you who came into your business after being shown an ad. Pretty cool. There are conversions. We're going to get into the weeds a little bit here. Conversion zone reporting. We can show you lots of different analytics. Some clients like to see this. Some clients are like, nope, we trust you. I just want to see those simple conversions. But we obviously track the impressions, the total spend, how many clicks there were, view through visits, click through visits, total visit rate, cost per visit, daily visits, daily total conversion zone visits. And a really cool thing that we've started doing is a geo conversion lift tracking. Again, sometimes this is getting into the weeds, but our software allows us to be able to show you, and I don't ever recommend taking a look at this at a 2-week mark, sometimes not even a 4-week mark. I really start to like to see trends for our advertisers after a couple months of a campaign. But when we place these invisible fences around physical locations, what we can show our clients are the natural progression of someone that goes, we'll say, a competing advertiser. So say you are competitor conquesting and you have a geofence around your competitor. We can show how long that natural conversion takes. We'll use the example again of a clothing boutique. Most times, if I shop at one clothing boutique, I'm probably going to meander into the other clothing boutique if I'm out shopping. That's a natural conversion. We can show what that natural conversion looks like. How many days does that take on average for someone to go into my competitor and then come into my my place of business? But when we have, when we're showing those ads, we can show how much sooner that conversion happens. So let's use the example again of a clothing boutique. It could be a 10-day natural conversion. Okay, that's great. But when you start to add the retargeting and start showing those consumers the ads on why they should come into your business, that conversion could be cut down to 4 days or 5 days. Being able to see those natural progressions when it just gives you some good insight into your business. And it also gives you that comfort that the marketing dollars that you're spending are working. And it's, you're seeing that conversion happen faster than if you weren't spending dollars in advertising in this digital tactic. So I feel like I talked really fast. Nicole, I don't know what time. All right. So that leaves us a little bit of time for some questions. I am going to, again, thank goodness this is the right deck. I had forgot to put Nicole's information on here the other day. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to stop sharing my screen actually so I can see all your lovely faces. I have to. There we go. I can't, well, most of you guys aren't showing your lovely faces, but I don't think I can unmute everybody either. So I will turn this back over to Brandon because I think he's the one running this. Stop share. I don't know if you want to unmute anybody, and I am open to taking any questions you guys have.
Everyone, you're welcome to unmute yourselves and ask questions. You can put them in the chat and we can read those back for you, whatever you're comfortable with. Throw them there.
I was obviously so efficient. No one has any questions for me. Bueller? Anybody? Yeah, if you guys have questions, if there's something that you want more information on, if there's something that I didn't speak to that you're more curious about, if you have any questions on, how this could work for your specific business, contact myself, contact Nicole. We could come out and talk to you one-on-one. We can have another Zoom meeting, a Google Meet. I am here for whatever you guys need. Again, I feel like I'm much better in person. I'm way more entertaining. So I'd love to have the opportunity to talk to everybody.
All right, I'd be happy to share your contact information with everyone that's on here today, along with my contact information so we can get all those questions answered. Looks like we do have a question in the chat real quick. What does the average business owner spend on marketing?
No, that question, I completely understand, but it varies for each individual client and your needs. A advertiser that, has got a very small online only business is going to be much different than a client that is, bringing in hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars a year. We work on a, gosh, how do I want to put this? We have an equation that we use for a lot of our clients when it comes to what their gross revenues are. That helps determine a marketing budget for each individual client on their own needs. I hope that answered the question. With this specific, like the business protection plan, the geofencing, and the retargeting, again, like I think a great place to start is that $500 mark. $50,000 impressions is $500 for your website and $500 for your physical location. If you were going to do both, it would be $1,000 a month to protect your assets. I hope that answered the question.
All right, another one came in. Do you find that responsive ads are performing better than traditional banner ads? And what would you tell a client that really wants banner ads instead?
So I feel in this market that we get great success with static banner ads. You have to remember, I don't like to talk to clients about click-through rates. Banner ads on websites, in apps, are an impression. That is what we are selling. With that, we are selling the impression. Do I know the stats that those responsive ads, technically, they get people to click on them more? They do. But I personally, when the clients that I work with, I feel personally that there is not really a difference in them. When I have clients that have ads, and if people don't know, those responsive ads are like GIFs. So if they're moving, anytime there's any video involved, it does catch a human being's attention more. So ultimately, the cause and effect to that is they see it, they see something move, people are more likely to click on it. But at the end of the day, we want the impressions. The click-through rate is great. I feel that is very, very secondary these days. With the right marketing in place, that click-through isn't as important as it used to be. We want that impression. Just like if we're speaking radio, we want that impression of that audio impression on someone's ear. That is what ends up taking up mental real estate. So my personal preference are, in this market, are just the static ads. Somebody could probably debate me on that, but and the stats do say the ones that move have better click-through rates. But for what I feel in this market, we use this technology for static ads. Traditional banner ads are great.
Right, do we want to take one more question? Anybody else have anything real quick? Otherwise, we will turn you loose and let you enjoy the rest of your day. And like I said, I will get contact information to everyone in case there are any other questions or one-on-one things that you want to ask. Maybe not. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We really appreciate your time. Thank you, Nicole and Sarah, for presenting today. We really appreciate you we appreciate you being here with us today. We'll be talking to you soon.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.